Call Halayim Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who preach this word in truth and sincerity. Salutations and much respect. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai, and according to the scriptures, they are so-called black men. And Yahweh Shai descends from the tribe of Judah, which are you Negroes. And you true Hebrew Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And in these last days, our people are waking up to their heritage, and the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is coming upon the world, breaking the end of the age of Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, and it's ushering in the new age, which will be ruled by the Israelites, and the Israelites will go back to their first estate, and they will become gods once again on earth and rule over the heathen, with Yahweh Shai as our king, and with King David at second command. And in this video, I just want to touch on Matthew's chapter 24, because if you read Matthew's chapter 24 and you look at the things that are going on in the world today, as of September 30th, 2021, the words on the page basically jump out, and they come to life. And with that, I'm going to start at Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. So you got a lot of people, claiming to be anointed, claiming to be prophets. You got a lot of people claiming to know the truth, but they're deceiving, man, and they're lying, and they have no light in them, and they don't prophesy according to the word, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And right here is where I start off, man, showing you that these words are jumping off the page, man. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars, man. U.S. strike and Iraq kills Qasem Soleimani, commander of Iranian forces. And I think this was when Trump was in office, man. And this was like beginning of 2020. And everybody was speaking on the rumor of World War III, man, with how, the U.S. killed the second in command of Iran, and that was prophecy, man, and also, man, and even after that, man, you kept hearing of the U.S. and Israel, attacking Iran. And once you think about it, man, sooner or later Iran's going to retaliate. They're not going to let that go. Right now they might be building up to retaliate, but they might be laying low for now, but they're going to retaliate. And since these things happen, since the U.S. has attacked them, and Israel, which the people in Israel today are the Amalekites. Amalek is the grandson of Esau. We have bastards dwelling in our land. The scriptures say, the least of the flock shall lead them to war, knowing that Israel and the U.S. are allies. You know, the reason the U.S. will go into World War III, it's going to be mainly because of these Jewish, these fake Jews, these Amalekites. See, look, this is another way that the prophecy of you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. This is the assassination of Iran's nuclear scientists. Between 2010 and 2012, 4 Iranian nuclear scientists were assassinated while another was wounded in an attempted murder. In November 2020, another scientist was assassinated. 2 of the killings were carried out with magnetic bombs attached to the target's car. Dorshish Rezajad was shot dead, and Masoud Al-Ahmed was killed in a motorcycle bomb explosion. The Iranian government accused Israel of complacency, complicity, complicity, I might be pronouncing that wrong, in the killings, basically accusing them of, being involved in the killings. That's basically what that's saying, And like I said, in the scriptures it says, the least of the flock shall draw them out to war. The least of the flock being the Amalekites, which are Edomites, and they're posing as Jewish people. They stole the land of Israel from the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But these people are going to, the 1948ers, because the people in Israel today were put in that land by the Americans in 1948. They're going to lead America into World War III. In 2011 and 2012, Iranian authorities arrested a number of Iranians alleged to have carried out the assassination campaign on behalf of Mossad, the Israeli intelligence service. Western intelligence service and U.S. officials reportedly confirmed the Israeli connection. Israel neither confirmed nor denied its involvement. But Israel Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon said, "We will act in any way and are not willing to tolerate a nuclear-armed Iran." So, you hear of wars and rumors of wars, man. And this is basically the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, putting the spirit on these kingdoms, man, to war with each other. Because this is ultimately going to bring about the prophecy of World War III, where Yahweh Shah will make his grand return and redeem the nation of Israel from the 4 corners of the world. But moving on in Matthew chapter 24. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And let's go back and look. He says you're going to see nation rise against nation, man. You have these Edomites, these so-called white men, murdering Jake in the middle of the street and getting away with it, man. That's the nations against nations. George Floyd, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, and newly getting on that list as of September 19, 2021, Barry Washington Jr., man. This man was just murdered at a bar, and the man that murdered him, the Edomite that murdered him, is out right now, man. And they even recorded after they killed him, they recorded laughing at his dead body. That shows you, man, Jake is under the curses, man. We don't have our power with us. We have no might in our hand without the might of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But this was prophesied, and most likely, man, this Jake heard the truth, man, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and he neglected it. And as the scriptures say, man, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. See, Barry Washington Jr. was unarmed when he died after a single gunshot wound. Officials said he was 22. Bend police officers were called to the scene just after midnight and arrested Ian Mackenzie Carston, 27. Carston was booked into jail on suspicion of second-degree manslaughter and soon posted a $10,000 bond to be released. So you have nation rising against nation and kingdoms against kingdom, you know. But Edom's gonna pay for that shit. He's murdering our people in cold blood and getting away with it and shit. But it's gonna come back on him. And the Lord tells us not to cry for the wicked of our nation. Even though the shit bothers you and it makes you sad a little bit, you know. But like the Lord told Ezra, lovest thou the people I created more than me? Most I created them, man. He loves them more than we can, man. It's the reason why he's letting this stuff happen. And once you learn the truth, you understand, man, you know, death isn't really real. You go back to the spirit world. You're a spirit, like Barry Washington Jr., Jake's in the spirit world now, and he knows who he is. But he just had to get judged on this side because he was wicked on the earth, And whatever the Most High decides to do with him now, that's up to the Most High. But now he's in the spirit world and he knows. He has the knowledge. But like verse 8 says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. We got the rumors of wars. We got kingdom against kingdom. We got nation against nation. The pestilence, this COVID-19, man. You got all these other illnesses, man. The Lord is striking, great Babylon, America, and all over the world with great diseases, man, that's wiping out multitudes of people. And what else? Earthquakes in diverse places.
An earthquake has struck near the city of Acapulco in Mexico, close to the Pacific Ocean. The ground shook all the way to Mexico City, more than 300 kilometers north of the epicenter. The magnitude of the quake was 7.1 and a tsunami warning was issued. One person was killed after a utility pole fell on them. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador gave a televised address to the nation after the quake.
Les informo sobre...
That's enough of that. So we have earthquakes in diverse places.
On this Saturday night, state of emergency. A massive earthquake rocks Haiti, causing death and destruction in the Caribbean country, already reeling from a humanitarian crisis. Closing in on Kabul, the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan is now within striking distance of the country's capital. On your marks, political leaders get set to hit.
So, and that Taliban part, that was I wasn't really expecting that, but hey, that goes with the wars and rumors of wars, man. But you see, earthquakes are hitting. These words are jumping off the page, man. All of these are the beginning of sorrows, man. And with this, with stuff like this happening, and also the famines, gas crisis, COVID, and food shortages. Tories fear perfect winter storm. And with all this stuff happening, man, it is now high time to wake out of sleep, and for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to wake up to the fact that you're Israelites, and to open your ears to the words of the prophets of Great Millstone, who preach this truth in 100% with love and charity. Because if not, you're going to be caught up in these judgments, you know. Because we are approaching a time of great trouble, which is deemed in the scriptures Jacob's trouble. Because the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, is going to come with great wrath. Because he knows that the reappearance of Yahushua Mashiach is coming. So he's going to do everything he can to establish his great reset, new world order. You know, he wants to be God. And he's going to use his blessing, which is the sword, in efforts to keep this wicked kingdom he has furthering on. But we all know, according to prophecy, he's going to fail. And anyone who joins himself unto him, they're going to fall with him. So if you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and those of the speckled bird, who may look like heathen nations, but your father's lineage goes back to an Israelite man, you are to turn back to your heritage as Israelites, pray to the names Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, and learn and study. Listen to the prophets, a great millstone, and try and keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Strive for perfection until death. You know, keep fighting the good fight of faith, man. And cry out and mourn and beg for repentance. You know, plead to the Lord to forgive you, man. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. You know, and with that, I want to say Shalom, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rekakadash, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rekakadash. And once again, man, I just want to go back to this before I end this video. You Edomites, man, you so-called white man, and you other heathens, you Chinese, you Japanese, you Africans, you know, you Arabs, all you heathens, man, that mock our people and that harm our people, man, you gonna pay for this shit. You gonna remember Jake. You gonna remember all the atrocities that you did to Jake.